right, good Sunday, everybody. I'm 5 News Chief Meteorologist Skot Covert. I want to get you set up with the forecast for the rest of the week, and boy, do we have some changes heading our direction. Let's dive right into the data. We do expect more fog to develop overnight tonight. It's probably not going to be as widespread as it was this morning or even yesterday morning for that matter, but some patchy fog likely developing after midnight. This is a look around 3 o'clock Monday morning. For the most part, it begins in the Ouachitas. We do see some fog developing in the River Valley. May not see much in northwest Arkansas, but I'm not going to rule it out entirely. I do think by 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's going to begin to burn off and we're going to see a pretty pleasant day unfold. Don't get used to it. Tomorrow we're back in the mid to upper 60s across parts of the area, low 60s in the northwest Arkansas, which is going to be notably warmer than it was out there today. You're going to see the winds pick up initially out of the west, switching to the southwest, and that is going to drive in some much warmer temperatures. This is what we're looking at for your Monday, but boy, big changes knocking on our back door right now. It's a cold front. It's a dry cold front. Here it comes. This is going to be 11:30 near lunchtime tomorrow. We'll have mostly sunny skies. Those warm, breezy winds out of the south beginning to transition out of the west as our cold front lines up. Now, this is 10:30 tomorrow evening. Look at this. Precipitation associated with that low and that cold front. It's to the north. We're not expecting any rain or anything else for that matter out of this cold front other than a big old blast of cold air. This is 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. We're waking up. Maybe we see a few clouds on the increase, especially across northwest Arkansas. Maybe a few make their way into the River Valley. That'll continue to be the case the majority of the day Tuesday. But look at this. What a drop we are going to be embarking on. 63 tomorrow afternoon, down to 46 for a Tuesday afternoon high temperature. Let's stay in the 40s, low 50s the rest of the week with another shot of cold air probably arriving going into the weekend, which that very well could be accompanied with some moisture. And if you get my hint, we're looking at the potential of some winter weather. We'll get to that. First, we got to take a look at those River Valley temperatures over the next several days. Wednesday's probably going to be the coldest day by a couple of degrees, still struggling to get into those upper 40s. We may not make it out of the 40s into the 50s on Wednesday. A brief warm up, if you will, technically speaking, by 2-3 degrees on Thursday, Friday. You're still going to want the coats out there, and we're looking to be in the 40s again this upcoming weekend. Told you a little bit about that wintry mix. We're looking at about 7 days from now, a rain, sleet, snow mix starting to show up in some of the weather model data, but you got to know this, and you probably do if you've been around these parts for any time at all. Things are going to change a lot over the next 7 days. You're kind of looking out into fantasy lane when it comes to winter weather in the weather models around this latitude. It's tough to pinpoint 7 days out, but we're seeing some signs. Can I show you the signs? Here's what we're looking at. There's two main models that we look at on a day-to-day basis. The one here on the left is the GFS or the American model, and right now it's telling us, yeah, we could very well see a cold rain with the majority of the wintry precipitation remaining north of the Missouri state line. You can see some of those pinks there telling us maybe some sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain. But if I step off to this side of the screen, you look over here on the right, and you're going to notice the European model, and it is much more aggressive with pulling in some of that cool temperatures, that cool air mass from up north, mashing it with that precipitation, and you get what's going to happen if that European model has anything to do with it. We'll see. Things are going to change a lot over the next couple of days. We'll have more details as those things change. I think what we're going to be looking at is a weak or a shallow cold front. And the depth of that cold air really matters. If the cold front is moving through and that cold air is really shallow, you might see more of a sleet rain or a sleet freezing rain mix. But if that cold air is deeper and that rain has time to actually, well, not even become rain, but just snow all the way down to the surface, then you have more of a snow event. Overall, certainly something to keep your eye on over the next several days. We'll be talking about that, but we're also going to be talking about a big cold blast of air that's set to arrive over the next 8 to 9 days. This is a look from the Climate Prediction Center. The darker the colors here tells us the higher degree of confidence that we're going to see below average temperatures. And you can see we have a pretty decent chance of that here in East Oklahoma, West Arkansas. Meanwhile, off towards the west, high pressure is going to dominate that forecast for a few days, keeping those folks a little bit warmer. We're talking about a big blast of cold Arctic air that could very well be dangerously cold. In fact, I want to show you the 10-day forecast. You can see here on the right-hand side, let's start here. Let's do this. Let me back up. Let's start on Sunday, 30% chance right now of that wintry mix. 45 is the high, but you'll see the low there, 32 degrees. All is going to come down to how deep is that cold air and when does it arrive? The timing very well may be important to us. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we're looking about a week away. It looks like we could see some teens for morning low temperatures, wind chill values, of course, even lower than that, and afternoon highs may very well be in the low to mid 30s for a few days. That's that cold blast of Arctic air arriving. So yeah, we've got a cold front moving into the area Monday night, and yeah, it's going to get cold, but when you compare it, boy, it's going to feel like a heat wave come Tuesday. When you compare it to the following Tuesday, about 7 days later, it's going to be about a 10-degree difference in those afternoons. So the River Valley 10-day forecast shakes out like this. Here comes that big cold front, big drop in the temperatures. We discussed that. New Year's Day shaping up to be a cool one. Mostly sunny skies there, though. 49 the high temperature. I don't see a lot of signs right now that cool air is going to move far enough south into the River Valley to convert some of that rain over into wintry precipitation, but that can change. Right now, I'll go with a 30% chance of a cold rain, but again, it all depends on those temperatures. We'll be watching that for you pretty closely. That cold blast of Arctic air very well keeps us in the 30s for afternoon highs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday there as well. Key thing is, Old Man Winter is about to give us a very big reality check. We're going to have a series of cold fronts over the next several days. We'll keep you posted with all the twists and the turns, everything you need to know to be weather prepared right here on 5 News and on 5 Plus.